All right. So we'll do we did last time, and we will take care of some. We'll go and do some push-ups, regardless as to whether we can hit the amount we want tonight. I am, I'm feeling cooked. We are already at 50 push-ups, 2 sets of 25. It ain't much, but it's honest workout. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how great my stamina is going to be tonight. It has been a kind of a toasty day. Not the worst. The worst is yet to come as the week progresses into Sunday. And we have to deal with 100-degree temperatures. Yes. That will be the worst to come. I believe our little critter here has made a sperm web, which is what? Any updates on not that I know of. But I can take a look into their back area. It has been about a month since they started acting funny, hasn't it? Which would indicate I don't see any babies. So, since he seems indisposed, we'll take his water dish. We'll clean it out, put it back, fill it up. Come on, wait. Quit catching. Alright. So, I would have gone on to game, but my little puppy dog wanted some attention. This is one of our male Brazilian blue violets. That is Gem. Gem is one stressed out character right now because Gem decided that in his pursuit to find himself a mate, he would try to slip out. He wound up throwing a ton of his urticating hairs. Not a fun night, especially since it seems like they all wound up somehow on my feet. Granted, I had to go and chase them at ground level, so it's not that surprising. Urticating hairs are the abdomen hairs on New World species tarantulas. They are used in self-defense, and he threw quite a few of them. There we go. This is... Oh, hey, Owen! These are the adult size tarantulas here. I'll get out the other one. He's a bit more what one might call intact. He has pretty much all of his urticating hairs. I don't know about that, Owen. What is subbing? What does that entail? All right. Also, do I know you well enough to sub? These are the important questions. Here we go. You can subscribe. Is that what you mean? Subscribe? By all means, go ahead. Just dawned on me that might be what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't generally have people ask if they can subscribe. By all means, just do it. Do it. The more followers, the better. So this right here is our other male adult Brazilian blue violet. He is incredibly small in comparison to other species of tarantula. This is a tote that we crafted. Oh, this is small. This is a tote that we crafted into a enclosure using a soldering iron to provide adequate ventilation. Now, we do need to spritz the inside of this cage. He's not usually the flighty one, so we don't have to worry as much, but we should always worry. We will be bringing out the bigger ones here shortly. However, after I'm done working on this cage, I am going to be going out, probably taking the camera with me as I attempt to knock out another 25 push-ups, but not until find out where my fucking shoes are, because I caught a splinter at the bottom of my foot the last time, and it took us about 20 minutes to dig that sumbitch out, primarily because I'm a big-ass pansy, and I don't like cutting into myself. Imagine that. It does not feel good to use an X-Acto knife on the bottom of one's foot. No, it does not. Someone in the bathroom? Now, push-ups. Oh, hey, eight-legged cat. We're about to go out and do the push-ups. And then we'll come back in, take care of one or two more tarantulas, go out and do another set. Before I started the live, I already knocked out 50. 2 sets of 25. There's no way in fuck all I can do like one whole set of 50. My arms will literally fall off at about 25 today. So, let's bring you all out here where I can make myself look bad and where you can comment on how absolutely destroyed my porch is. Because we don't clean up very often out here. Alright. Actually, that's not the worst view. Okay, so we're going to be doing parallel stance with these old school push-up bars. Here we go. We're going to go for 25, but I will settle on anything at this point. 1, 2. God damn it. Back off. Ah! No! I did my push-up bar. Shit. I don't know if my body will let me do standard push-ups. I've been spoiled this whole time. Maybe knuckle-ups? Nope. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. Three, 4, 5. I broke it in my push-up bar. And apparently my stand broke it in too. Fuck. God damn it. What is this doing? There we go. So that was 25. It felt wrong. I broke my push-up bar. Yeah. I'm gonna need to buy new ones. That was probably my most used workout equipment around here. Okay. Now. Alright. For what it's worth. Now, hold the phone. All right. Come on. Why the bowl is on the table and not in the dog food bag? By the way, we are much too poor to be breaking things. I guess I can try doing them inside, but I doubt they'll let me. All right. No, stop it, cell phone. So this is Charlotte. Charlotte is a white-knee tarantula, a New World species. It has those neat little urticating hairs. She hardly uses them. This is her typical stress curl. Please don't throw urticating hairs, child. She'll only take but a minute. Now, basic care with this tarantula is fairly simple. You don't need to have extra clutter in the cage, things like that. These tarantulas are terrestrial. Out in the wild, they will typically go and hide under logs or under the ground. When they're in captivity, they tend to stay above ground once they get older. We even tried to give her a den in the corner. She refused to continue digging on it. She just likes to be above ground. And that's pretty much owning a tarantula right there. Not all species are heavy webbers. That seems to be what a lot of people want. It's understandable. It makes it interesting. However, if you go out to get yourself a larger body tarantula, do not be surprised if certain species do not put out a bunch of webbing. This little gal usually just scoops up her prey and eats it without having to track it down using webbing. But then again, she is in a 10-gallon tank. There is only so much space that the prey can go through before it reaches her. And if she's hungry, then it's over. You know the whole reason why I stopped doing push-ups inside. Well, there were two reasons. One of them was Oliver, because Oliver would not leave me alone when I was doing push-ups. But the other reason I started using the push-up bars was because my wrist was hurting, and bending my hand this much was not in the cards. It was incredibly painful. Incredibly painful. But until I can get another push-up bar, that's something that I'm just going to have to contend with. At least I'm not enduring that much pain anymore. Alright. Okay. This is the one. This little one is our Lasiodora parabana, or salmon pink bird-eating tarantula. She is massive, at least in comparison to our male Brazilian blue tarantulas. There she is. Again, it's a heavier bodied species tarantula, and she absolutely refused to use a hide. The closest that she's come to since she has matured has been to dig this little trench right here. Up until she did that about 3 months ago, she would pretty much ignore any hide that we had in her cage, to an extent that other animals would move in that really should not be in there. Like, for instance, a false widow spider. For those that don't know, tarantulas are just as susceptible to other spider bites as other spiders would be susceptible to theirs. Envenomation can easily kill a tarantula, especially when its exoskeleton is soft. We did lose a Theraphosa apophysis about a year or two ago to a false widow spider. It's actually a spiderling that got into the cage. The tarantula was acting very sluggish. So after it passed away, I checked the soil, and there, lo and behold, was a baby false widow spider. We had everything else right. We gave it a den to live in because when it's small, it doesn't want to deal with anything. At the time, we'd noticed that it had molt, but that it was not showing signs of coming out of that molt. And that's how we realized. That's how we knew something extraordinarily bad had occurred. Okay, there we go. This critter primarily likes to eat crickets. It's not so much a fan of the roaches. However, we have gotten it to eat 2 or 3 since we started breeding the roaches for food. Right now, she is kind of off feed. She's kind of sluggish. Her coloration's kind of dimmed. This weekend, we will try feeding her again, but if she doesn't eat, we'll probably try cleaning out her dirt to make sure that there are no contaminants, and B, we're going to be on the lookout to see if she is prepping for a molt. Now, we're not seeing too much of a molt mat down right now, but that doesn't mean it's not right around the corner. Some of you might not know this, but when tarantulas get close to the time where they molt, probably in some cases within hours, they will weave a mat, and then they will flip over on their backs, make you think they had died because, you might not be used to it, and then they will slip out of their exoskeleton. During the molting process and 3 days after, you do not want to interfere with their lives because you could wind up killing them from the stress. Tarantulas are pretty much just hydraulically inclined animals that run off of stress, ergo high blood pressure. Their heart directly relates to various parts of their bodies working. If you increase their stress level shortly after molt, they can rupture their joints. I kid you not, stress can kill a tarantula. So that's something that you're going to want to keep in mind if you choose to get one of these. They are much more interesting when they're young. When they're older, they make for very chill pets that don't need a lot of attention. We come through once a day to take care of ours, and that's it. Make sure there are no foreign critters in their cages. We take out any food items that have either been eaten or they aren't interested in. I don't see any sign of babies in the Balfouri cage. Now, who's ready for some more push-ups? We're going to try inside if the dogs will refrain from attacking us. Do you need to go somewhere? All right. Well, I will do push-ups after you go past. All right. There we go. All right. Going for 25 again. No, Oliver. Oliver! What do you not know that your name means something? Knuckle ups. Yeah. Ow. Oh my God. That always looks so practical in the movies. Ouch. Carpet should not be that rough on the hands. Whew. All right. I did count right, guys? You guys are watching? All right, 25. Duchess.
What?
Oh, wait, that's you. Whew. I just did knuckle ups.
That sounds different.
Ow.
Exactly, that's why. I
What?
found a set for $10.
Really?
So I'll be here on Friday.
You already ordered it? Just like the ones I had?
A little different. Like, it feels like a little lighter, but yeah.
Thank God. To say it hurts when those go sideways and you catch your rib cage on them, those, yeah. You said when are they going to be here?
Friday.
All right. Do they have a weight limit? I do weigh at least 280. Yeah, wipe the sweat from my forehead before we bust out the next animal.
300.
All right. Can't believe Micah's gonna be like, "What'd you do?" It's not like he used them. All right. That's water. Got 2 more sets of push-ups to do.
Not on your knuckles?
Probably gonna be on my knuckles. Oh, I thought you'd have filled up the water. Okay, well, I'm gonna go do that real quick because I'm thirsty. Duchess, move. No.
Duchess, come here. Good girl.
All right, let's bust out the scorpion, shall we? Thank you for hanging on, guys. Thank you. Now this scorpion, I believe, ate the roach that we gave her. She is an Asian forest scorpion. Come on. They are by far one of the easiest invertebrates. to own. Because they don't really require as much heat as other animals. However, it is good to keep them at about room temperature. Whoa. Guys, check this out. Look at that. She is an absolute unit. She must have, first of all, definitely eaten that roach. And maybe we've got a little bit of baby making going on. Asian forest scorpions, though it is very rare, do have the ability to reproduce on their own. People have wound up finding their precious little babies with their own precious little babies without really having found a mate to pair with. Sometimes they are wild caught. I will give you that. Sometimes Petco or PetSmart gets them shipped from their countries of origin. Sometimes the people that are taking care of the scorpions don't sex them and keep them separated before shipping them to Petco or PetSmart. But this girl right here is well over a year old. So when I tell you that she should not be pregnant with another scorpion's babies, I mean it. Usually they can't do that past a year. So, incredible creatures.
This seasoning smells.
That's great, honey. I bet it's going to taste fantastic.
What?
I said I bet it's going to taste fantastic. Now, care for these animals is pretty straightforward. They are a tropical species from the Old World, from the Asian territories. So, you want to keep their environments humid. You want to give them plenty of water. Give them an opportunity to hunt at least once every 2 weeks. Doesn't mean they will hunt. They have incredibly slow metabolisms. So the likelihood is they will be going on hunger strikes. Just like ball pythons, which we will also be getting into tonight. What? Who is whining?
What?
Oh, Duchess was whining, but she's not by the door. Girly. You want to come here? I don't think she wants to come here. She has gotten in trouble quite a bit today. So what are we on? That was what, the 4th set? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Start it!
Oh my goodness. Duchess! Where's my butt? Oh, careful, baby. Are you okay? Bopped you almost in the eye. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You need to go and get them nails trimmed. Holy shit.
Hello.
It's going to look like we raised a miniature version of Freddy Krueger. Duchess!
Good. Thank you.
However, traveling at that speed, honey, if you'd have hit her in the face with that, we wouldn't have to worry about her falling asleep tonight.
I was more worried about her jumping and getting it.
My wife is making some pork ribs tomorrow, and she's getting the dry rub all situated.
Where did I put it?
And the puppy was awful interested in that raw meat. And she brought her in here, and then she darted with the meat in her hand across the room, Had that puppy gone for that meat, that puppy be unconscious. That pork rib would have knocked her the fuck out. Okay?
I lost
Do you need to go? Do you want me to go and get you one of the pen knives that you have?
no. I just needed to lift up the silver skin behind the bones.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Now, we've gotten that taken care of. The two over there taken care of. Ah, the Therafosa apophysis. What I'm going to call our terrible teenager up until it becomes a terrible adult. However, I'm hoping, I can't be sure, but I'm hoping that when the Therafosa apophysis finally matures, just like the other heavy-bodied tarantulas, her attitude is going to go from Godzilla to, like rabid Care Bear. Possibly, hopefully. Therafosa apophysis are commonly referred to as the giant pink toe tarantula, not the Goliath pink toe tarantula. Apparently, some genius decided to name an Avicularia species the Goliath pink toe, despite the fact that it doesn't get nearly as big as the critter that I've gotten here is going to get.
does it even have pink toes?
Oh, usually the Avicularia do, but to call it a Goliath when there was already a Therafosa species of the name Goliath bird eater, I mean, come on. What a cheap way to belittle the term Goliath. I want something that's going to put the fear of God into me every time I go to feed it. An Avicularia is not going to do that. It really isn't. I don't care how flustered the little bitch gets. And I do call animals that from time to time. Sometimes people, but mostly animals. Alright. Oliver, no. So we're not going to try lifting up her cage because she is prone to throwing hairs, or her den. Okay, that's clearly way too close. There she is. And she's been being fed. She has been eating quite well. Oh, cool. I didn't realize it. But we actually have a window into her den. What is she doing? Duchess!
You don't see it?
Get your nose. Oh.
Spent half of yesterday digging on it.
Boop. You know what? You need to put this somewhere she can't get to it.
Well,
Child. I don't know. Where did you put your knife? All right. So let's get back to that and see if I can get you.
So I have a sheet tray with 2 racks of ribs folded in foil on the
There she is.
It's okay, Wolfie.
That is our Therafosa apophysis, or giant pink toe tarantula. That booty is already starting to look big. She gets fed either once a week or once every 5 days. It all depends. She is an aggressive eater, but she is also very prone to stress. So, not only is she going to be one of the biggest tarantulas that I will likely ever own, she will also be.
Duchess is a little freaked now.
Oh, jeez. But she will also be one
Duchess, no.
that I cannot see very often. What did she do?
Nope, Duchess, back.
Okay. And sometimes that's what owning tarantulas is all about. A lot of people own tarantulas because it's going to be such a great experience getting to see the animals as often as they'd want. But the truth of the matter is, if you're going to be keeping healthy animals, you're going to have to come to the realization that what you want and what they need are two totally separate things.
Oliver, do you need a little bit of protecting too?
People are already lighting off fireworks, which, I mean, it's not as bad as the last few years where people consistently lit off fireworks for like a month in advance.
Oliver's freaked out because he hides in this kennel last year.
Yeah, but I will.
Your daddy needs to get home from work.
Gladly.
Do not growl while you're chewing on my finger.
I will gladly take people lighting it off a day in advance. It's not nearly as rude as months in advance. All right.
Ow!
Place. And I believe it's time for a set of push-ups. We are going to be doing knuckle-ups again because that gave me more depth. It did hurt my knuckles, as it turns out. Doing push-ups on your knuckles hurts. But you know what? In the name of health, I'll get it done. So let's do this.
Hey.
What this time?
Bottom of my arm.
All right. We're going to try for 25 more. And then if we have enough time, another 25. To round it out to 50 tonight.
Can you stop?
All right. One, two.
Did you just bark at Daddy for doing push-ups?
Oh my god. You got a problem with me doing push-ups, puppy? I'd have more problem with the freaking fireworks going off if I were you.
It's okay, Oliver.
Whew. Alright. Now. This is 25. Sixth. Now this one is finally, you're acting hungry. Hold on. I can't quite be certain, but I think I just passed gas. Come on.
Was that just checking on Oliver?
Yeah. Oh, we have these critters out. Take care of the cricket colony. Alright, the last little critters that we need to take care of, other than hopefully this little baby tarantula here, going after that cricket that I put in its cage, are the roaches. We breed, and hopefully we'll soon sell, roaches for animal consumption. These are not your typical invasive species like your red runners, which if you live anywhere further south than, let's say, what would that be, like Monmouth, red runners are probably a problem. California, they're everywhere, but these are ones that you will only find in tropical regions because they cannot reproduce in temperatures lower than 85 degrees. Look at that. We take good care of these critters. We have learned how to differentiate between the males and the females fairly easily. The female dubias, which are ones that are wingless, have the patterning on the back. Those, well, are capable of laying, I think it was 21 to 25 eggs in an egg case. They can lay those every 70 so days. That is a male dubia roach, narrow body, dark complexion, long wings. These are orange-head roaches. The males have white dots on their abdomens like that. The females lay the same amount of eggs, pretty much, as the dubia females. We don't want to give them too much humidity because they're already full up. We just want to get it on the sides and into the water dish, and then we will feed them some fish flakes. And that'll be it. They are roaches after all. They're not very hard to take care of. It's primarily humidity, food, and water. Now we feed them a combination of rose petals, some nights citrus, others, but primarily fish flakes and dog food. Not the wet kind, of course, because that would be pretty gross pretty quick. There we go. They will have all of this cleaned up by tomorrow. Their cage is pretty straightforward when it comes to taking care of them and keeping them in lockdown. The ventilation holes are too small for them to get to. The cage can lock down or be weighed down. Cage lid can be locked down or weighed down. And we keep it far enough away from the heat source that it doesn't melt or catch on fire, but close enough that these creatures
Duchess.
have no issues. Come on, Duchess.
No, Daddy.
Duchess, we're going to go outside. And we'll come back in and I'll do one last rep. End the night at 150. I still can't believe I broke my push-up equipment. I feel so freaking stupid. Good girl. She just went potty. Something we've been working on. She's actually been pretty good when it goes to number one. It's number two that's been a pain in the ass. For her sometimes, possibly literally. Depending on what she gets her teeth on. We gotta mow the lawn. We got weeds starting to flower. Alright, Duchess. Duchess, stop that. Ooh. Well, at least Alive didn't take forever. The last few nights, things have kind of been getting in the way. Trust me when I tell you, bedtime has been the best. Absolutely never thought as a child that I would enjoy falling asleep. It used to be the bane of my existence. I hated it. Now as an adult, I gotta ask that younger self, what the fuck was your problem? Alright, Duchess, you're done. Come on. Well, if you're not done, you better go poo. Like, does anyone else remember fighting nap time? Did anyone else remember that being the worst? And now I would kill for a nap in the middle of the day. Maybe not literally, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that was pretty close, Duchess. But you didn't run immediately inside. You are definitely not entirely like your father. She's scared of pedestrians. She's scared of cyclists and certain cars. But, by God, if a firework goes off, she may dart toward the front porch. But she turns right the fuck around to head back out. Duchess. Come on. Come on, baby girl. We gotta get back inside now. Good girl. Come on. Ooh. Is the AC going?
Where'd she go?
She went pee.
Just me.
Just pee. We'll take her out one more time before we go to bed. I'll take her out one more time before we go to bed.
Not what I was thinking.
What?
Okay. Doesn't this what happened last night?
Well, I took her out. She just wanted to sit there. And sit there and sit there. What do you want to do? Wait a little bit and see if she goes back to the door?
Where are you going?
I'm going to sit down. Now this is pretty interesting. This will be for sale. So, on the left is the remains of a roach that the centipede got a hold of, cleaned it out. And on the right is a whole roach. So kind of like the before and after. Good God. Are you almost done? Are you almost done being crazy? Huh? Huh? What is this? What is this? Is this my Duchess? Is this my polar bear potato? My polar bear potato? Is this my blonde bimbo? Is this my blonde bimbo? Huh? Yeah? Yeah? Alright guys, you have a good night. Stay safe. And remember, I better not see you on the news unless it's good news.